Sir, the Urban Redevelopment Authority, URA, conducted a public consultation exercise on short-term accommodation, or STA, from 16 April to 31st of May 2018. Many respondents supported the need for regulations on STA, given that STA can cause negative externalities to other residents. The key concerns raised include safety, security, and privacy, as well as abuse of common property. Many also supported regulating STA platform operators, for example, through a licensing framework. One of the proposals was to require the management corporation of a strata-titled residential development to obtain the support of at least 80% of the share value in the development before STA can be permitted in any residential unit. The intent is to give homeowners a say in whether or not to allow STA in their development. And there was mixed response to this proposal. Some respondents felt that an 80% threshold would be unfair to the minority who do not support STA but have to accept the presence of STA guests in their developments. On the other hand, there were some who felt that an 80% threshold was too high and that it would be difficult to obtain sufficient votes in support of STA among homeowners. So URA is now in the process of carefully studying all the feedback that we have received, and we will do so before deciding on how to take this issue forward, including how to structure the final regulatory approach and whether there is a need for any legislative amendments. Our engineer, Dr. Lee Biwa, asked about the impact of legalizing STA on the hospitality industry. In fact, this is indeed something we had considered very carefully. The proposed regulatory framework for STA includes controls which are similar to those imposed on the hospitality industry. For example, under our proposed safeguards, STA hosts must collect and record the personal details of their guests and comply with fire safety regulations like the provision of fire extinguishers in their units. We have also proposed licensing platform operators so that they can help to ensure that STA activities do not cause problems for other residents. So the intent is to provide a more level playing field between the STA sector and the hospitality industry. But as I mentioned, these are proposals that we have put out. We have done one round of consultation, received feedback. There are mixed views. So URA is studying the matter very carefully to see what's the best way forward. And even as we do so, even as we consider the deliberations very carefully, I would emphasize that the minimum stay duration of 3 consecutive months for private residential properties still applies, and URA will take enforcement action against those who breach this rule. Mr. Alex Yam and Mr. Melvin Yong asked about the number of such cases. From 2015 to 2017, URA received 1,808 reports of unauthorized STA in private residential units. In the same period, HDB received 390 reports of STA in HDB flats. The time taken by URA and HDB to investigate a report of unauthorized STA depends on the circumstances of each case. Conducting ground inspections and interviews to obtain evidence of an offense can take up to several months in some instances. However, if the party making the report is able to provide details and documentary evidence of the suspected offense, investigations can be completed more expeditiously.